Hello, everyone, and good evening, and welcome to Level Up. I'm your host, Everton, along with my co host, Pam.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome to our show. We are so excited about this show today. It is so near and dear to my heart. It is about heart connections, soul connections, and human connections. I believe that connections are not by chance, they are divine. God brings the right people into our lives at the right time. And for Everton and I, this is our blessing, Ty.
Hey, absolutely. Amen
Her
to that.
name, it's in her name, Ty. Ty ties people together. Ty
good.
brought Everton and I, tied us together and hence brought us to you.
Yes.
You are a blessing to us. We are so honored to have you here today
Absolutely.
on our show because our show, Level Up, is about faith, purpose, and growing together with connections.
Absolutely.
And Ty embodies all of that. She is a mother, a brand creator, and a business owner. And you know what? More than that, she thinks beyond herself. I have to hug her.
Look, babe.
So go ahead.
So, would you like to say hello to our...
Hello, everyone. Thank you both for having me. This is phenomenal, and congratulations on your show. So, my name is Ty Clark, CEO and founder of Maiden Beauty Sleepwear and Maiden Creative. So, I'm so happy to be here.
Good to have you.
So happy to have you. Can you see? I can't stop
super
smiling. So your name is Ty, and you're literally one that brings people together, ties people together. How do you see God or a higher power using you as a vessel for people and for business?
That's a great question. For me, even as a kid, I was never afraid to walk up to anybody and just talk to anybody. I've always been like that. And I feel like it's all about energy. So if my energy connects with yours, then we're like besties for life.
Absolutely.
Hence why we're
Like
here.
us.
Hence why we're here. So I feel like when you have good people around you, keep them with you.
Absolutely.
Because on the days when you are not in the best state, you have your tribe around you.
Yep.
And I lead with that. And I'm so blessed to have amazing people in my corner all the time. And I love it.
That's amazing. So tell us something, Ty. In regards to what you do, I think Pam mentioned that you're a brand creator. You're a mom, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so being a mom, business, being a boss, how do you tie? Your name is Ty, but how do you tie all that together, doing what you do and also being a mother at the same time? Like, how do you put it together?
That's a great question. I still ask myself how I do this every day, but I truly believe like when you actually love what you do, it doesn't feel like work, right? It really doesn't. And when it comes from a place of love, it's like the icing on the cake. So I'm able to balance. Yes, I am the CEO and founder of Maiden Beauty Sleepwear and also Maiden Creative Branding Agency. Because those are my two passions. And I'm fortunate to be in a position where I love pajamas, so I sell pajamas. I love helping mid to small businesses grow, right? And my kids are just, again, the icing on the cake. They're phenomenal. I have a daughter, she's 8, going on 30. I have an amazing son, he's 17. And when they see me and see how I conduct myself, whether it be in business or I'm just trying to be the best example for them. And so I never feel like it's work. And in order for me to kind of balance, it's God. You know, God helps me to balance, and God always puts the right people in my corner, like I mentioned before, to enable me to go that next level. So I'm blessed in that way. So yeah.
That's amazing that you mentioned that, because sometimes you're building a business and sometimes you're thinking that, okay, how do I build a business and be a great mom or a dad or a great parent at the same time? And sometimes society tells us that you can't do both. But you're saying that if you have God with you, or you put God in the middle of what you do,
Absolutely.
and you find time for your kids, but also building a business at the same time. What would you say to someone that's trying to do what you're doing, but saying that I cannot balance both? Is there something that you're doing differently that we can probably, or a next person could learn from what you're doing differently?
Oh, absolutely. The first thing that so backtrack a bit. I never, 5 years ago, I never said I wanted to be an entrepreneur. So I was always a corporate girly. I worked for a marketing firm for about 15 years, 9 to 5 corporate girly. When the pandemic hit, it forced us all to, at least for me, to be still and reevaluate my life
Us
and be
all.
like,
Us all.
oh,
Yes.
It
reevaluate.
was such a reset
Yes,
for a
it's a
lot
Oh
of
reset.
people.
yeah,
Needed one
complete
too.
reset.
Yeah.
And for me, I've always wanted to start a business, but I never knew what that looked like because I was comfortable being a corporate girly,
Yeah.
right? And I said to myself, you know what, I'm going to start a business and just pick the things that I love. And I love, like I said, pajamas, right? And I went with that.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to sell like one robe, and like 4 years later, we're shipping all across Canada and the
Oh,
US,
that's amazing.
right?
Yeah.
So I wasn't planning this. It kind of happened, and I allowed God to lead me and guide me. So when you ask about, certain tips in terms to balance, the biggest thing that I had to learn with being an entrepreneur is you have to set up boundaries. You absolutely have to set up boundaries. It's important for you to constantly audit the people that you're around, the things that you're doing that are not giving you value, remove it.
Wow.
Absolutely remove it. So you can make space
Yeah.
for the things that will add value in your life, add happiness in your life, allow you to navigate the different hats that you have to wear in your business and in your life. So once I did all that, and I constantly do that to this day, if it's not giving me value, I get rid of it. So it makes room for the things that pour into me, right? And I think sometimes we're like, oh, life will always life, right?
Always.
But when we're intentional about auditing our lives on like I do this monthly. I go through my phone and I'm that person. And I find when I continue to be intentional, it makes my life space a lot better.
That's a great tip. So basically, making room for what's important and be intentional.
Absolutely.
Because sometimes we take on so much and there's so much coming at you.
Yeah.
And if you don't audit,
Yes.
then you won't know where the space is, where the
Absolutely.
room is. And then therefore we get overworked, we get burnt out. So that is
absolutely.
an amazing tip.
Absolutely.
I would apply that to myself.
Oh,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Things to say yes to and things to say
Saying-
no.
oh
to.
yeah,
No,
I
that's
love
true.
no.
I can't say no though, but see, that's my
That's my
weakness.
favorite word.
I can't say
And
no
that's something
because
we have to learn.
Right.
You have to learn to say that because I feel like we don't say no because we don't want to disappoint others.
Yeah.
And this fear of I'm not going to be liked if I say no. That's always I find that the root of it.
Yeah.
If I say no, they're not gonna be happy with me. They're not gonna like me. But we have to say no to certain things to make room for
Absolutely.
things that are important.
Oh, absolutely.
Family, work, and that's the balance.
Oh,
right?
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. And it's not just personal; it's even clients and
No, absolutely.
opportunities.
Oh, absolutely.
Saying no to
Oh,
that.
yeah,
if it's
all
not
around.
aligned with my brand or who I am as a person, I say no, and that's fine. You have to be I'm very tunnel vision. Listen, if it's left, right, I'm straight focused. And if it's outside of that, then no.
I like that.
Ty, you said brand creator. You are a brand creator. You're an entrepreneur. You're a powerhouse. Can you explain to our audience or our youth what brand creator means? Because our youth especially, they're into this everything online, this Insta world. What is that?
Yeah, great question. So My experience working and building my career at a marketing firm for 15 years, I've been able to work with a lot of major brands. And with all the projects, honestly, it's about telling a story. Every brand that you can name, look at Nike. It's not even about running shoes. You will see a commercial with just hard work, right? It's about telling your story. And sometimes with small businesses, they don't have the $100,000 budgets to market. So what I've been able to create is, okay, so you don't have the budget, but I've worked with these brands and I've able to help small businesses really tell their story and figure it out so that they can execute accordingly, right? And build their community and so on and so forth. A brand is not a logo, okay? It's a
not.
story, it's an experience, it's how you make people feel. So I help brands to determine that.
Okay.
I help brands to carve out their story. I help brands to tell their story. And that is how I provide my services. Absolutely.
That's a great distinction. You know, people think brand and they think, oh, the logo.
I think brand. I
logo,
thought brand was the
Nike.
logo.
Yeah,
No.
that's it. Yeah,
I'm
Nike,
thinking, okay,
or I'm
so
wearing
Nike-
my Adidas skirt today. It's
No.
the Adidas brand. I love what you shared
it's
about
about
that.
telling
yeah.
a story. Absolutely. Absolutely.
What do you hope your work and your life will tie together for others?
I love how you're like blending in the tie.
I'm
I'm feeling
such
the
a,
vibes.
I love wordplay. I love wordplay. Okay, Everton, forever tied
Oh, I
together.
love it. I love
Look
it.
at that.
Mine's Pam, but backwards spelled map. That's huge.
And I tie the map to ever.
Ever.
Or yeah.
It's all-
Love it,
it's all-
love
it's
it,
all
love
tied
it, love
together.
it.
It's all tied together.
So what I would, you know what? I just want folks to remember how I made them feel at some point in their life, whether it be a laugh, whether it be a cry, whether it be just a pivotal moment in their lives when it's like, yeah, I remember when, Ty and I were together eating, because I love to eat. I'm a huge foodie. But I think it's more of memories with people that kind of shape or carve that particular moment. That's what I want to be remembered as, really. Sometimes we feel like memories embody, financial status or, titles. No, it's memories.
We do get
Right.
caught up in that. Like we get
so
caught up
do.
in what people drive or or the party that they put together or the house that they live in or what they're wearing. But it is definitely how you will be remembered is by how you've made somebody feel.
Oh, absolutely.
The feelings.
And I
last
think that's
forever,
and I
yeah.
think we've lost that essence of that because that is so important. Because in society, we don't create memories anymore. And I think COVID, that period, caused us to stop and to recreate memories with our families and our friends and loved ones. You mentioned something about that you're in the corporate world before, and you pivot from there into business. Was there something that, because there's many folks out there like yourself who wants to pivot and they have an idea or a thought or a vision, but when you're in something so long, to pivot sometime, the uncertainty of the next step can be alarming.
Yeah.
How did you manage that pivot?
I think for me during COVID, I kind of had the realization that I was in a box and there was way more inside of me that I could offer, right? And I didn't like that feeling of being in a box. I felt like my life was so scheduled, 9 to 5, I wake up, go on the train, meetings. Like it was literally
The hamster on the wheel.
the hamster on the wheel. And like I mentioned before, I've always wanted to start a business, but I kind of swept it under the rug.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's a lot of times in our lives that we want to do something, whether it be a hobby, whether it be starting a business, whatever it is, we kind of sweep it under the rug because, again, we're so engulfed in the wheel, right?
Yeah.
And so, again, going back to COVID, I'm like, I can't do this. I can't do this anymore. I got to figure this out.
Yeah.
And I just said, you know what? I'm just going to go for it. And it's not easy to it's fear, right? Because I'm putting myself out there. Prior to starting my business, I only had 50 people on Facebook. They were my aunties and uncles. Like, I wasn't really out there like that.
That is faith. That is faith.
Oh, I was not out there like that at all. But then I realized if I wanted to bring brand awareness, if I wanted to build my community, I need to be out there, right? So I said, okay, fear, I don't know what's going to happen, right? I don't know what's going to happen, but I did it scared. And again, thank God, like now I've built a very successful business because I did it scared. And sometimes for a lot of people, it's like just taking that step, going over that hump, right?
See?
And once you go over that hump,
Just do it, like Nike would say.
it's just do it, literally,
Right.
literally.
Yeah.
But I love that,
Yeah.
what you said about fear. You know, fear does freeze us.
Oh yeah.
But I like what you're saying. You can turn it into something that can propel you.
Absolutely.
You can make fear your thing to push you, make it your friend, let it walk beside you, and push you to that next level. Take that leap of faith and
Yeah.
do it anyway.
Oh,
Feel the
absolutely.
fear and do it anyway.
Oh,
Isn't that the saying?
absolutely. And if I'm not scared or nervous, I'm not doing it right. It
Yeah.
has turned into
point.
like, if I'm
Yeah.
not scared,
Yes.
that means
You're coasting. You're coasting then because you're
yeah, I
comfortable.
can't even like, I'm terrified all the time. When I'm in meetings, when when I land a project, but I pray. I pray and I said, Lord, like even before today, I prayed. I said, Lord, this is a great opportunity and, I'm with amazing people and it's going to be great, and it never leaves you. That's what the psychology of human beings is, that fear will never leave you,
No,
right? It will never leave us, but it's how we overcome it.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And your faith that you have as well.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
You're a mom, you're a business owner, you're busy,
Yes.
but you still make space to think about others.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen it myself. I am a testimony to that. What keeps you grounded and helps you balance giving to your family, to your work, and most definitely to people around you and even strangers? Because literally, I was a stranger to
Yeah.
you, what, a few months back? Yeah. And we're soul sisters now. We're just
Oh, yeah,
joined
absolutely.
at the hip.
You know what it is for me is we don't have much time on this earth. We really don't.
No, we don't.
Right?
I agree.
Tomorrow is not promised. And I always lead with that and I always walk with that. You know what I mean? If you do see someone, and again, going back to energy, just connect with them. That's just what it is. If I didn't put myself, look how life is. Let me just do a play-by-play of life because God reminds me about this every day. If I never got out of my fear and comfort zone to start my business, I never would have met Pam. I never would have met you.
Absolutely.
Right? Because there would be no way for us to connect.
That is deep.
I was in my box. Now I'm here. And I have so many different scenarios on my journey where it took that one decision, that one step to say, I'm not going to be scared anymore. I'm not going to allow fear to overcome me. So that's why it's so important to me that not only I pour into others, others pour into me, but like I feel like, especially in today's society, we have social media, we have so many narratives. Keep the people that you bond with close to you. Pam said we were literally strangers, but when I saw her, I've got a good vibe. And now, like, I stalk her. Like, she's like, she can't get away. I told her, I'm like, you're not going to get away from me.
You know how I tell
Just
the story?
letting you know that.
I always tell this story. I'm like, I saw her from far. We locked eyes and we fell
And
in
we
love.
we fell in love automatically. And I have countless amazing women that are just in my corner, and it's the same thing. Literally strangers. And,
You said something earlier. You said that if you didn't choose to step out the box and step into the unknown, you wouldn't have met Pam, myself, or discovered different opportunities.
Yes.
And there's someone out there that's thinking the same thing, that fear is keeping you from discovering different things that God has for you. There's doors that are waiting for you just to turn the knob, but fear have you standing over here saying, I cannot. And so can you imagine what's behind that door if you take that one step? You took that one step and look where you are today.
Yes.
That's called leveling up, everyone.
That's called
Level
leveling up.
Leveling up.
And evidence, right?
Yeah, oh yeah,
When you
absolutely.
get past one fear,
Yes.
you have evidence. So do that first thing that
Yes.
makes you scared. Pick something small even.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's your evidence that, hey, I could do this.
Data.
And then one step bigger.
Yes.
Evidence.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like even with me, when I launched my sleepwear and I sold my first robe,
Yeah.
I went out and I bought a cake. I promise
Celebrate,
I
of course.
listen. Me and the kids jumped in the car, went to Fortino's. I bought a cake with candles.
Yeah.
We had a whole party, y'all. I just sold one
Just
robe.
one.
One robe.
That's
And you
called
celebrated.
One
that
robe.
is called
I had a
Yes.
party. I was like, listen. And I haven't stopped since then. So it
Amazing.
just took, I just felt proud of myself. And I feel like
Yeah.
sometimes we need to kind of remind ourselves, like, I came from far. Like I'm doing the things, you know.
Celebrate those little wins again, and that
absolutely.
produces evidence.
Yes.
Memories,
Oh,
right? You
absolutely.
remember your birthday parties.
Yeah.
So when you celebrate a win, whether it's big or small, it's evidence again.
It's also being grateful. I think gratitude
Yeah.
is what you just said. Word is gratitude.
Absolutely.
It's not the big wins. You have to wait to give God thanks for the big wins. It's a small thing that God does in our lives.
Yeah.
And that sometimes we forget to celebrate those small wins.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And us being alive, and it's a win. Us waking up every day and have
Every
a
day.
family around
Every
us, it's
day,
a win.
yeah.
Have a job to go to, it's a win.
Yes.
To be able to speak to someone, it's a win. So I think that sometimes we focus so much on the bigger things in life, and the small wins, we forget to be grateful for those wins.
Oh, absolutely.
So we celebrate small wins today.
Oh, all the time. And baby steps.
Baby steps.
Baby steps. It took so many baby steps that led to larger steps and then leaps. Right? It's a journey.
I like
Life
that.
is a
I love
it's a
that.
journey.
I love
It's a
that.
journey.
It's a great testament.
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
know, Ty has talked about this robe and her pajama wear. Well, I was fortunate enough that she saw some beauty here and
Yeah.
had me model for her
You
campaign.
did so good.
You guys have to go check out her Instagram page or her website, and you have to see. They are so luxurious. They feel amazing. Like, they do. They feel amazing. And I'm in fashion. I'm in clothing, so I know fabric. I know fabric.
Yeah.
You guys, they're
What's your
incredible.
website?
The cotton.
Do you want to mention
It's
that?
www.maiden, so maydnbeauty.com. So we have a collection of robes and pajama set and the softest slippers ever, which Pam is like, you are all over my website, which I love. So it's Maiden. And Maiden, the name, I do get asked about that a lot. That's a combination of my son and my daughter's name. My daughter's Maya, so May, and then Jaden, the YN. So Maiden.
And
So-
also a little wordplay. Made
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
It's made in love.
Mate and so much love and coziness and
Yes.
self-care and the goodies and just feeling good.
Boss, own your own business, your own company. Mom of two.
Yeah.
How do you balance that with being wellness? Because one thing we talked about was you're a big believer that you have to take care of not just your physical body, your spiritual body as well.
Absolutely.
But the spiritual and the physical, how do you take care of that while building that brand that you're building?
Well, it took me a while to kind of sort that out. And I'm going to be 1,000 because, again, life is lifing. But when I started being intentional about going back to auditing, removing the things that I didn't feel I needed to do, getting stressed out about things that aren't adding value in my life, and setting up boundaries enabled me to have like a proper schedule, a proper time for me to actually incorporate self-care. I'm a huge self-care advocate. So for example, like on Sunday after church or whatever the case is, I go for my walks. I do yoga. I meditate. It's very important to me. Every morning I work out. I eat well, right? I have date nights with my kids. That's super important. We have movie nights. So I ensure that those things, I'm very intentional about those things because that's what makes me happy. I find with business owners, if you do not have some type of schedule like that or something similar that incorporate family time, you will experience burnout. And I've seen it firsthand with amazing boss babes around me. They've experienced burnout, and it's natural. I mean, you want to, if you're ambitious, like you keep going and going and going, but your body, your mind, and spirit will tell you, and it will humble you. It will humble you.
Wow.
Technology.
Boss
go,
babe,
boss
right here.
Technology.
There you go.
right on point.
Right on point.
Right on point.
Right on point. But so that's how I balance it. I set up boundaries. Like, for example, I will not schedule any calls around a certain time, especially on Fridays. I like to have kind of a freestyle. I call it my freestyle Fridays, where I don't schedule any calls with clients or anything like that. It's all about doing some type of outdoor activity if the weather is nice, taking myself out for lunch. Again, movies with the kids. We usually have movie nights and things like that. So again, just being intentional, and that's how you create balance.
It's amazing.
But you put that into place, that work-life balance. What happens is we get so caught up in chasing, grow the business. I need the money, pay the bills. You get caught up in that, and then other areas do suffer. So then you have to be, like you said, very intentional and very aware to create those boundaries or create the time, like this is my work time, and especially when you're your own boss, because you can't. I've gone all through the night when I'm working on a project, right? You have to set those timelines.
It's funny that how we do it, because I took my car to the mechanic to get my oil change done, and I was saying to myself, interestingly, every 3 months or so, I would do an oil change on my car, and I'm like, my body, sometimes I don't. The same concept should apply where we take time out for the physical things. There's your car, whatever you need to get done, your haircut, whatever, to groom yourself on the outside. But the actual body that we need to carry us forward, we're not intentional enough to make sure that that body is being catered to. And we take time out to make sure that we are taking care of ourselves.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because we're so busy on the outside doing everything else. And the one thing that we need to bring us forward, we do not take that time out to make sure that this body that we have, that God gave us, that is operating the way it should operate.
Absolutely. I totally agree with that. And that's why, for me, it's so important to have a healthy lifestyle. It's so important because I got to show up for my clients. I got to show up when I'm doing a shoot. I got to show up. And if you're not putting in the good stuff in your body just won't perform. Right? I know when I'm, indulging in sweets and things like I feel it. I feel it. And you're human. Like,
that's a balance,
it is
though.
what it is.
It is a balance. You gotta enjoy.
You gotta fuel your body, mind, and spirit. Get into your Bible, get into the gym, work out, eat right, and I'm telling you, it hits different. You gotta fuel your mind, body, and spirit. They work hand in hand, and it's so important.
It's very important to be mindful of that. I've heard that famous line that you spend your 20s chasing wealth, 20s and 30s, accumulating wealth, and then you spend all of that wealth chasing health.
Yes.
In your later lives. Right? So create that balance where you're not chasing one or the other, but you're working simultaneously, hand in hand with both.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
But I think again, we're in a time where society, it just puts so much on us. But Ty, tonight you gave us some really good tips how to balance that out. And the key thing I learned from what you said tonight was being intentional.
Yes.
And I think that we're not intentional about things that we should be. There's something that we are about, but the things that are important that we need to grow or to level up, we need to be intentional. So that's some great tips.
Absolutely. Intentional is important.
And face that fear and do it.
And level up.
Step out there, all right?
And level up.
Guys, again, thanks for joining us tonight. I want to again thank everyone online who is watching. Thanks for your support. This show is about leveling up in all aspects of your life. I don't care if you're a mom, if you're a teacher, If you're a guy in the street cleaning the streets, I don't care where you are. You're a young man, young woman. We are here to motivate, to encourage, to give you hope that we all can level up. Pam?
Yeah, and that can show up in really, really minute increments of 0.1%. That is leveling up. And whether you did 100%, that's also leveling up.
Thanks.
Ty?
And you know what? Just take your time. Take your time. Rome wasn't built in a day. And have grace. Have grace.
I like that.
And that's it.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Let's do it.